I'm so excited. So, I take it you've never been to the Magpie's Nest before. It's my first stop when I want to look for something interesting at a reasonable price. We at the temple donate fabrics and jewellery and other doodads to this place quite regularly, which means I get to enjoy a discount. And so, therefore, do you. Pick out whatever you like, my dear. It's my treat. You're very welcome. It's the least I can do. You know just how to make my day better, inviting me out shopping like this. I get so nervous before the monthly revels, even though they usually end up being such fun once they're actually in full swing. I always end up worrying that some last-minute catastrophe will fall on my head. If you hadn't come to my rescue, I'd be working myself into quite the tizzy right now while pacing a rut in one of the rose gardens. What if the catering's awful? What if mooncakes are stale? What if the candles are the wrong kind? What if the string quartet gets abducted by mind flayers? It's happened before. Yes, I am being very silly. But it's your first revel. I want it to be perfect for you. Oh, hold that thought, darling. Just look. What if you wore this to the revel? Such a lovely cape. It's like a patch of night sky. Nice smooth satin. Intricate golden embroidery. There are even a few diamond-shaped stars that would fit the celestial being theme so well. Oh, no, I couldn't wear it. If I wear too much ruddy purple, I start to look a bit bruised. I still think it'd look stunning on you, though, don't you think? Oh, I had no idea capes were so dangerous in your line of work. Gods. I'm sorry, I got carried away. What was it you were trying to say before I interrupted you? Oh, apologies. Just a minute. This is a really nice jerkin, although it's blue and silver rather than blue and gold. I suppose any metallics will fit the theme well enough. Oh, it's a shame. You look so nice in gold. Surely we can do better than that. Let's press on then. What else do we have here? Oh, I hadn't planned on buying anything for me this evening. No, there's no time to waste on me being frivolous. Stop worrying about me. Tonight's all about you. I want to encourage you to really focus on what you'd like, no matter how outrageous it may seem. The secret to finding something new to wear is to have a clear idea of what you'd like beforehand. That way, you're more likely to spot a promising pair of hose or that perfect tunic. Well, along with narrowing your options, it also tempts the good luck. I've made some of my best purchases with that trick. Oh, gods, no. You're not honestly thinking of having me purchase you those trousers, are you? Puce is nobody's colour, darling. I'd buy them only to burn them and rid the world of an insidious evil. I knew it. You are teasing me. You cheeky thing. Be serious, please. This is important. Now, hold still. Let me see how this belt would suit you. It's shiny, but poorly made. The flimsy little moon crescents would get all bent out of shape over time, and worse still, you'd be jingling everywhere you walked. No. That won't do at all. You know, it's just now occurred to me, I don't think I've ever seen you outside the temple grounds before. It's a pleasant novelty, getting to see you out and about like this. Well, not that I would have minded if you decided that you wanted to stay in and let me do your nails or polish your horns this evening instead. I almost wish that you had, actually. I don't know how we'll find the time to do both, but we'll manage somehow. Although, considering what we got up to the last time we were alone together, I might have had some trouble staying focused. I haven't been able to get your last visit out of my head either. Brother Leyland caught me gazing off at nothing with the silliest grin on my face while I was supposed to be lighting this morning's candles. You want to discuss what I was daydreaming about here, in front of the vintage fabric rolls? You naughty thing. Well, after the revel winds down to a close, I'm looking forward to doing more than just kissing you breathless next time. Oh, gods, you'd like to do that right now? Well, unfortunately, plenty of things are stopping me, actually. As much as I'd love to drop everything this instant and find a secluded corner with you, there's no time for that. If I'm to make tomorrow's revel unforgettable, I have to make sure that you look incandescent for it. It'll be worth the wait, I promise. Oh, you're such a dear, but I can't possibly enjoy the party unless I know you're taken care of. I want everyone to know how lovely you are, how utterly cherishable. You do so much for other people, and it takes so little to make you happy. It's just criminal that no one's ever done anything like this for you before. You deserve all that I can give, and more. I want to give you an evening that has everything. Oh. You already have everything you need. You sweet thing. I'm working myself into another tizzy, aren't I? I'm sorry. You didn't invite me out this evening so that I could spend the entire time obsessing over tomorrow. And I did say you could pick out whatever you wanted to wear. Just not the puce trousers. I beg of you. Oh, thank you. But I do apologize. I can't help but fuss over you, to the point where I forget to listen sometimes. If my company is really all you need, then I'll believe you. You forgive me? Very well. I'll do my best to make this a night off from glamorizing you. And I am enjoying myself here with you, really. I promise. Even though I might seem stressed. You're always a delight. You can really feel Suni's joy in this place. It's much grander now, but when I used to visit the Magpie's Nest as a teenager, the store was little more than a collection of bins you could root through, full of gowns and jackets and gloves that had some quirk or flaw. Maybe they'd been out of fashion for a 10-day or two. Maybe they were missing a button or had the slightest tear. The kinds of clothes some silly noble might throw out and replace, rather than hire someone to mend. Well, these days I can afford to splurge a bit on my wardrobe. But back then, if I wanted anything fancy to wear, it came from those bins. Even then, I had to scrimp and save. Still, it was enough to keep me in tight-fitting trousers and ruffly shirts. Sometimes I'd visit on behalf of my mother as well. She worked as a seamstress. Still works as a seamstress, actually. And I'd always be on the lookout for decent fabric she could use, or something she could mend and resell. I learned that the shop's owner worshipped Suni as well. See her over there, with those colourful tattoos across her arms and back. That's Selena. You could say that she helped me get my start. Back then, Selena dated Sister Lorraine, and Sister Lorraine was the one who first noticed me and my potential as an acolyte. I remember that day. I was deciding whether or not it was worth spending all the coins I'd saved up on this gorgeous silk doublet. I can still remember it. It was blue and gold, with slashed sleeves and stunning citrine buttons. Probably left over from someone's wedding party, judging by the hint of a wine stain down the front. Oh, it was beautiful, though. I had to choose between eating for the next few days or owning that doublet. In the end, it wasn't much of a choice at all, really. I needed it. Sister Lorraine saw that I needed it, offered me some food vouchers and stain removal tips, and asked me if I was interested in learning Suni's teachings. She said, "Our Lady Firehair would welcome a rare lost gem such as yourself. You were destined for one another." And it turns out she was right. I wore that doublet until it fell apart. I still have most of the buttons tucked away in a little box somewhere. Anyway, fashion became my calling. While most other lads my age were off learning how to drink or fight, I spent my time in shops like this one, following all the trends. Oh, I wasn't the only one with such interests, thank the gods. I made quite a few like-minded friends. We taught each other how to sew, how to wear cosmetics, how to style wigs. Gods, if our wigs could talk, the stories they would tell you. Over the years, it became something of a joke that we'd all bought and returned the same pair of coveted red Krakow boots. Eventually, it got to the point where it wasn't a matter of purchasing them any longer, just who in our group was wearing them at the time. We still keep in touch these days, though life keeps us so busy. Almost all of them ended up living in other cities. I know one who works as a tailor in Waterdeep. Another went on to design flashy clothes for bards in Neverwinter. I haven't seen any of them in person in years. Oh, it's wonderful to hear you say that. I'm glad I ended up where I am too. I was very, very lucky. Not everyone gets to follow their passion, especially in this city. Not everyone understands, you know. I know what some people think when they see me. There goes silly, vain Andros, preening at the temple with the other peacocks. Why doesn't he ever do anything useful? There are times when I almost want to agree with them. What I do feels so small. Well, then I find people like you who appreciate my efforts, and I'm reminded that I am enough. Several weeks ago, you told me that the thought of getting a massage and a mani-pedi at the end of a long mission was one of the only things that gave you strength enough to get through it. I never forgot that. Right. When all seems a little hopeless, I can bring comfort and dignity to those who need it most. The world will never have too many heroes or healers, but it needs art too. It needs beauty. It reminds us that we're alive. Good gods, listen to me go on. I promise I'll stop with the priestly lectures now. You've helped me remember my purpose, my passion, and I'll always be so grateful to you for that. I think all of my fretting over the monthly revel was just me trying to find a way to show you that. Silly, isn't it? I never thought I'd ever find the words to simply tell you. This is such a relief. I love you too. I didn't think I'd get to say that so soon. I know we've known each other for a while, but this is... I love you too. We're attracting stares. Do you perhaps want to take this somewhere private? We could always try shopping again tomorrow if you like. I promise I won't make so much of a fuss next time. You still have a room at the Elf Song? That sounds heavenly.